Everyone. I see a lot of familiar faces here. For those of you that don't know me, my name's Scott. I'm president of the chamber. Right. Anyway, a lot of you probably recognize Teresa. She's done a few of our trips before. She is with a different company now, but we have worked with Teresa and Ian and other companies in the past. So anyway, so we're trying out Quest Voyager, which is a different company. They're going to do a couple of trips for us this next year. Greece is one of them. And so I'll just kind of turn it over really. But before we do, if you need to use the restrooms are behind that wall back there. So you can go out either of the side doors and around the back to get to the restroom. So Wendy's handing out some brochures now on the trip to Greece, so you can kind of maybe follow along a little bit. But other than that, I'll go ahead and turn it over to Teresa.
Thank you very much, Scott. Welcome, everybody. I think I probably know a good portion of you with the past trips, so welcome back, and I hope you come with us to Greece. I wanted to just thank Scott and Wendy and St. Charles Regional Chamber for partnering with us. Quest Voyager is a company that literally both Ian and I worked for another company, and this, I would say, is the experience of all the years of the chamber work and all the travels. And this is a very, very good company. So I hope you really come with us and really find out just how great it is. I want to thank Wendy and Scott also for trusting me and for working with Ian and I again. And we're looking forward to many years of this. So we'll get started in 1 second, but a couple of things I'd like to go through quickly. Please, if you have questions, if we can leave them till the end of the presentation, I probably will answer most of your questions, and I'm sure many of you are already familiar with this type of a presentation. The other thing is if you are wondering about airlines and schedules, we will not have that information for you until about 30 to 45 days before your pre-departure trip and presentation. So the reason being, of course, the airlines change their schedules all the time, and we would simply be telling you something different probably every other day. So please bear with us, but we will make sure you get that information in a timely manner, and you will know what your tickets are and your times and everything else. Another thing is you will have brochures, as I know Wendy is passing them out. And please note that on each day it says BLD at the bottom, and you're probably again familiar with it. That is breakfast, lunch, and dinner. This trip includes a lot of breakfast, lunch, and dinners. So that's inclusive in the actual price that you're going to pay. If you wanted to go out on, and it's usually going to be in the evening, you wanted to go out and try a restaurant other than the ones that we have chosen, please, by all means, go ahead and do it. There are so many good restaurants here in Greece, and they have all types of food. They have seafood, of course, because the seas are all around them, but they also have beef, chicken, pork, and even game. So depending on which restaurant you go to and what you're interested in, you'll be able to find almost anything that will help you enjoy this particular trip. So I'm going to start now with your trip begins March 14th and will finish March 22nd, and that's for 2027. It is the best of Greece, and I truly believe it. I have been on this trip. It is absolutely amazing. Everybody see the second slide? We're going good, are we? I think. So some of the things that you're going to see are beautiful Mediterranean towns and villages, just absolutely beautiful. Something also to note that...
Did you say you changed slides? Because we're still seeing the first slide.
Can you see another slide now? Is it moving?
No.
It's not moving.
Oh, Scott.
We'll see if we can figure it out. Try not sharing and sharing again.
Okay.
Yeah.
But wait, what? Oh, 1 second, Teresa. I think we were able to see it there for a second when I took control of it. All right, go ahead and share the presentation again. Oh, okay. I told you. Yeah.
Put your hand up. Still. She's calling me.
There we go. All right, try sharing one more time.
Yeah,
Yeah, we can say, try advancing screens now. Did you advance it?
I'm going to.
Did you? Yeah, that's what I was thinking too, yeah. I'll try that.
Yeah, but you can also use those sideways carrots too.
Right here, yeah. I was looking for
I know.
full screen again. We could,
Is it sharing?
no, I think you exited out of the PowerPoint.
What's that?
Is it there?
There you go. All right, yeah, we could see it, but yeah, I mean, let's try.
I know.
Is
Everybody
it,
see that? We made
can
it-
you, is it moving? Can you,
It's moving now, but it's not like full screen like it was, but yeah, but go ahead and, we could see it, I think, fine. So go ahead and try it, and if we have any issues, we'll let you know.
I'll ask Mike to help.
All right.
okay, all right, so we should be on the second slide here, and I'm just gonna, my mouse now is not moving around where it should be. So you can see this Mediterranean towns are beautiful, and did the slide move?
Yes.
Okay, all right. And so you'll also learn some amazing history, history that's spanning centuries, literally. It's just amazing. You can be part of it, you can walk in it, you can see it, you can watch other people get involved in it. It's really a beautiful country to visit. And of course, there's great food and drink. And as we know, Mediterranean diets are healthy for you. So you don't have to worry about overeating or eating whatever you want. Okay, and the people are very friendly. Greek people are very friendly. They're very well educated as well. Actually, the oldest university in the world is in Greece, and you're going to be able to see that. And this country, of course, is part of the European Union as well. So again, just so many amazing things about this country. So on day one, you're going to depart from the St. Louis, and you're going to have an overnight flight on to Greece. You may stop in Germany, but overall, it won't be anything but one overnight flight. You arrive in the morning usually, and when you arrive, you will then pick up your luggage and go through customs. And you will, when you go through customs, I'm sorry, I'm trying to make sure these slides are working. And you arrive in Athens, and you'll go through customs, and your tour director will be waiting for you as you leave customs. It's very quick, it's very simple, it's very easy. And your coach will be waiting for you. So once you are on your coach, everybody is loaded up, you'll be going on to Nephilion. But something about Athens is one of the oldest continuously inhabited cities in the world, and it has a history spanning over 3,400 years. So a lot of history, beautiful city, huge city. So here we are. Welcome to Greece. And they have very friendly bus drivers, coach drivers, whichever you prefer to call them. They're very helpful. They're very, very nice. They're with you on the entire trip, and they will make your life so much easier on the buses as you travel. So here is a map of where we're going to be. So we'll fly into Athens. You'll see us here where it says Athens. And then you're going to take the coach and it's a beautiful drive. It's along the canals here. You'll see the port, and you'll drive all the way here to Nephilion. Now, at Nephilion, there's a 5. That means you're staying 5 nights there, all right? The 2 means you'll be back in Athens for 2 nights, but this is where you'll stay for 5 nights. But also, as you can see, you have all of the different parts of the peninsula here, and it's called the Peloponnese Peninsula. And you are going to visit all of these different places, the Corinth Canal, Epidaurus, which is famous in the Bible even, Mycena. You're going down to Durus and Aeropoli, Mistra, Sparta, Olympia, and Pyrgos. Now, this is not a huge peninsula, so it's not long drives or anything like that. It's absolutely beautiful. And then should you decide to stay on for Santorini, and Santorini is completely different than the other parts of Greece. You see the map down here, and Santorini is down in the Aegean Sea, and it's quite a distance. You'll take a flight actually to Santorini, and you will have 2 days there in Santorini as well if you choose to do that. So off we go. Did it switch over? Everybody could see it? Yeah. Okay, so here you are. Welcome to Nephilion. And Nephilion was the first capital of modern Greece from 1828 to 1834. It's a beautiful town. I was able to be there. You can see over here, there's an island. Actually, if you would like to go there, you can. It takes a little boat ride. That's one of the things you can do. This city has shopping. It has restaurants. It has beaches. It has places to walk. It has a palace. You can just go all over the place and enjoy it. And here is the hotel that you'll be staying at, or you'll be staying at a similar type of hotel. This is the Amalia Hotel Nephilion, and it's a fairly good size hotel, has beautiful amenities, great restaurant, all the extras that you would like, and you'll be staying in it or something very similar for those 5 nights. And here again is a little bit more with you so that you can see what it's like. There's 170 rooms. They all have beautiful window scenery and looking out. You have all sorts of scenery that you can see, beaches, palaces, and all sorts of different things like that. So once you've unpacked at the hotel, because the trip from Athens is a couple of hours, so by the time you get there, you get a chance to unpack and then relax and enjoy a dinner at the hotel. Now, this is part of your dinner that you notice if you look at your brochure. That will be your dinner that's included in the price of the trip itself. So here again is a better picture of Nephilion. Its old town reflects Venetian, Ottoman, and neoclassical influences. It really makes it one of Greece's most elegant cities. It really is a beautiful city, a very safe city, a very clean city. And again, as I said, you can travel by boat over to this island here, to the castle there. It's amazing. So on day 3, because you landed on day 2, on day 3, you're going to get up and have breakfast in Nephilion, and your bus driver and your tour director will tell you what time in the morning you're going to start off on your adventure. And so on day 3, you're going to go to Epidaurus, you're going to go to Mycena, and you're also going to an olive oil farm and have olive oil tasting and see how they actually produce the olive oil, what they do, what other products they make with olive oil, a variety of different things. So Epidaurus is in the Bible and was very famous for some of the things there, but it's also one of the most important healing centers of the ancient world. And it was dedicated to the god of medicine. And as you can see here, it's a Bronze Age, the Lion's Gate. There's a lot of different things that you're going to be able to see here. So here is the theater of Epidaurus, and it's famous for its perfect acoustics. You will find that a whisper on stage can be heard clearly from the highest seats. So I didn't believe them, so I climbed all the way up. It's about 52 rows. It's pretty exhausting, actually, but I sat up here, and our tour director spoke down here, and she didn't yell or shout. She just talked naturally, and I could hear every word she said. It was amazing. So if you want to try climb up that, you'll have plenty of time to do that. You'll have plenty of time to look around as well. There's all sorts of things to see here in this area. And this theater was built in the 4th century of BC, and it could hold over 14,000 spectators. They still use this for performances today. So there are performances all the time, all year round here at this place. It's absolutely beautiful. You can also see a couple of the local inhabitants here. Cats are very popular in Europe because during the years that there were huge plagues, the cats killed the rats and the mice that carried those plagues. So you will find cats are fed well. They look as healthy as could be. There's no such thing as a skinny cat. So here is Mysia. You'll be going on then to Mysia, and this is the Homeric city. It's rich in gold, they say, and it's of the ancient poets. So again, Homeric city being poets, writers, that type of thing. This city was protected by massive Cyclopean walls, and they were so large that the ancient Greeks believed only giants could have built them. This is the iconic Lion's Gate. You'll see it right here, and you get to walk through it. It's really great because you get in Greece with all of this. You get to touch it and feel it, which is so much more fun. This gate, Lion's Gate, was built around 1250 BC, and it is the oldest monumental sculpture in Europe. Again, it's just something to see, take pictures of, get to know more of the history. Your tour directors, they come with you on these trips, and they live in this area, and so they know the stories, they know the good things, the bad things, all the gossip, everything about it. And they're very good at what they talk about. And so they will tell you all of this. It's really interesting. And here is a little bit more. You'll have plenty of time to wander these ruins, take pictures. Your tour director, again, will talk to you about different parts of it and explain it. Mycenae was one of the most powerful city-states of the Bronze Age and a center of early Greek civilization. So this, again, is ancient. And if you see the hills, Greece is very, very mountainous, very hilly. So next we go on to another part of this area, and it's about the beehive tombs. So these beehive tombs were built during using a corbelled dome technique. So I'm assuming that's an engineering technique. What it means is that they were stacking massive stone blocks inward, layer by layer, without cement, creating structures that have stood for over 3,000 years. Absolutely amazing. Again, you'll be able to take pictures, walk in here, check it all out. And when you walk into it, this is where you'll be. And again, the acoustics are amazing. Now, these tombs were built for elite rulers and nobility. So ordinary citizens did not have this luxury of having a tomb like this, but absolutely beautiful inside. Again, acoustics are great, very, very interesting in how it all stands. None of it's got cement on it. It's amazing. So then towards the end of your day, you're going to go to an olive farm, and it's an olive oil farm. So you will meet the lady that owns the farm, and you will literally watch them shake the olives from the trees into the nets that they have. And then you will go into the farm itself, and she will explain to you how and what the process is for olives. And of course, they go through, find the better ones, sort them out, decide which one goes for what product, different things like that. You can see them again going through here. It's really interesting. You get to watch all of it, and they get washed. And then the different process again of what type of oil it's going to be, whether they use different products again and different machines to make the different things. When the product is finished, you'll find out that there are many things that olive oil is used for, and some of it is for cosmetics. So this lady has a cosmetic brand, and she sells it at the farm, as well as she has a distributor, I believe, in Chicago. But she comes back and forth to the United States a lot. And then, of course, olive oil, as we know it, for cooking and eating and different things like that. So it's really interesting, and this is part of our Chamber Discovery series, where we always want you to learn more about the country and the people and how they make their livings and how they do business with each other as well. That is one part of our history that we really like to include. So You, of course, go back each day to Napoleon and have a good night's sleep or go out for dinner if you wish to, things like that. And on day 4, you have a choice. You can stay in Napoleon and have a free day and maybe go over to the little island of Biarritz and see that palace there, or shop, or just go get I know I got some of the best gelato ice cream I'd ever had. It was even better than Italy. So, and there's shopping galore and restaurants and coffee shops and all sorts of things like that. Or if you don't want to stay in Napoleon for the whole day, you could go on to Sparta and Mistress. And Sparta is famous for its defensive walls. They actually refused to build defensive walls. They believed that the soldiers were the walls. And this was both military doctrine and psychological warfare. So they didn't have any walls around their city. And that was really unlike any other part of Greece or many other countries, because they felt their warriors were so strong that they would prevent the enemy from coming into their part of the city. And here is Sparta. It's absolutely beautiful with the mountains, the scenery. Greek scenery is beautiful. It changes all the times. There are mountains, but there are beaches. There is heat. There is cotton growing. There's all sorts of different things that you'll see. And it's picture perfect always. And also, of course, the history that goes with it. So in Sparta also, they have amphitheaters. And again, you'll see different parts of it and the different ruins and things like that. And something that the Spartans used that's really very interesting is they used heavy iron bars as currency instead of coins, and making wealth difficult to hoard, steal, or transport. And it was an intentional move to discourage greed and luxury. So again, this is the country of democracy, the first country with a democratic system. And you can see this is how they were making use of it already with their coins and the way they believed in things. And here again is more about Sparta. Women in Sparta could own land. Now remember, this is thousands of years ago, so they could own their own land, they could inherit property, and they could manage estates while men trained or fought. And by some estimates, they controlled up to 40% of Spartan land, which was basically unheard of elsewhere in Greece. And here is Mistress. Mistress is the other town that you will travel to, again, on the mountains, on a mountaintop. You can see castles, all sorts of beautiful things here again. And Mistress rose to power in the 13th through to the 15th centuries. And it was the capital of Mori, which is a province of theirs, effectively making it one of the largest great political and cultural centers of the Byzantine Empire. And it's just a few kilometers from ancient Sparta. So they were very, very close. And here's more of Sparta and the castle, which you'll be able to go through and see and visit everything else. And again, your tour directors have all the stories and the history to tell you. They make it so interesting. You feel like you're part of it. You were maybe part of it all there. This is a church. This is called Church of St. Nicholas. And the last Byzantine emperor was crowned here. The final ruler of Byzantine was crowned at Mistress in 1449. And he died defending Constantinople against the Ottomans in 1453. So it gives you an idea of how old this is. Look at the mosaics on here. Absolutely beautiful. You'll have time to wander through here, all of here, and take pictures. Again, your tour directors will help you with so much interesting history. And Mistress was unlike a lot of other cities that are destroyed by war. Mistress was actually gradually and deliberately abandoned in the 19th century. So they just picked up and left everything. And this was because the modern city of Sparta was being rebuilt just a few kilometers away from them, and people left Mistress frozen in time as a stone medieval city. So again, you go in and it's just people just walked away from things, from furniture, from whatever they had. They just picked up and left and moved to Sparta. So again, lots of history, lots of interesting pictures and things that you can take photos. So now On day 5, we're going to again have breakfast in the Filion, and you're going to have lunch, and you also have dinner probably if you wish, or again, you may go out and get some dinner on your own. This is really interesting. These are the Diros Caves. You're going to go to these caves. The bus ride is not a long bus ride. If you remember, it's in the south part of the peninsula. And these are part of one of Greece's longest cave systems. The Diros cave network stretches for many kilometers beneath the Mani Peninsula, though only a small portion is accessible, preserving much of it in near pristine state. I was worried about whether or not I would feel claustrophobic going in this, and so I asked my boss, and he said he's claustrophobic with everything, but not with this thing at all. So, to answer anybody's question, this is well worth seeing. It really is beautiful. This nearby cave was used over 6,000 years ago as a ritual and burial site, earning it the nickname of the Neolithic Underworld. Not sure I like the name, but these are the little boats that you'll be in. And again, someone takes you, there's someone that controls it and takes you around. It's absolutely gorgeous. Some of the most beautiful underground water caves you'll ever see. Here's a little bit more. If you take a look, look how clear the water is. You can see the bottom very quickly and very easily, and there's a boat coming through. So much of the Diros caves are navigated by small boats gliding through crystal clear underground lakes, making it one of Europe's most atmospheric cave experiences. So again, it's not something that you will feel claustrophobic in. It is, it's done in such a way that you'll really enjoy every minute of it. And again, it's very unusual to be able to see and experience this type of a place. And here, of course, are where the caves are in this area. And so again, you'll get to visit and see the town as well. This little town is called Arapoli. And Arapoli actually was the birthplace of the Greek War of Independence. That means it was locally. So on March 17th of 1821, the Maniot leaders gathered in Arapoli to raise the revolutionary banner against Ottoman rule. And this actually happened days before the wider uprising spread right across the whole of Greece. So these were the folks that started the revolt, and then it spread out to the rest of Greece and took over. Arapoli is a very pretty town also. I like Naphtalion better, but this is still a really, really pretty town. And again, lots of history, lots of cobblestones. You'll want to make sure that you have good walking shoes. Everything in Greece has cobblestones on it. Arapoli comes from Ares, the ancient Greek god of war, and it's a correct name for a fiercely independent Maniot stronghold known for its warrior culture. So very, very beautiful, very old city. Here's a little bit more of it. And again, you'll have plenty of time to walk around. If they have lunch there on that day, you will have lunch at a local restaurant, but you'll have plenty of time to go shopping, take pictures, go into some of the museums, even different things like that. So on day 6, it will be a free day, or you could go onward to Olympia. And Olympia, of course, is known for the Olympic Games. So again, if you decide for your free day, you want to take a short boat ride to the tiny fortress island of Boritsi. You can also go to the town beaches. There's optional tours all over the place within Naphtalion itself, or just walk or sit and have coffee or gelato or something at a restaurant. Now, this is an overview of Olympia, and when we were there, and they still are there are many, many countries that come, and they do archaeological digs because there's so much still to find. They haven't found all of the treasures and all of the statues and all of the memories of this beautiful country. And so you'll hear different languages and things like that, and you'll see groups of young people and some of the older people that are in the universities here excavating and learning about the different things. It's really interesting. So the Temple of Hera, this is, again, part of Olympia and the Olympics. And the Olympic Games were a religious festival, first of all. The ancient Olympics weren't primarily about sport. They were held every 4 years to honor Zeus. And athletic victory was considered a sacred offering to the king of the gods. So this is how the Olympics began and where. So here's a little bit more of it. You'll walk right through this area. You can see some of the crowds here. During the Olympics, a truce stopped wars all across Greece. So during the Games, a sacred truce was declared, allowing athletes and spectators to travel safely, even between warring cities and states. Now, when you travel through here, your tour director is going to explain to you the different areas and, of course, where the Olympics nowadays are actually lit. You will see where the cauldron's lit each time. They also have a stone that has a carving on it. It has the 5 Olympic rings on it. That is the original stone carving, and you get to touch it and feel it and sit on it. And it's really, really exciting when you think about the history and all of this, and it still continues today. So here is the birthplace of the Olympic Games. So you will walk, this is where you are down here in the middle, and you will walk here towards the Olympic field. The Olympic Games were originated in Greece in 776 BC and were held in Olympia for nearly 1,200 years. Unbelievable. And here is where the Olympic Games were held. This field, and when you come out, you will come out this way, and you will be here, and your tour director will talk to you and give you some more history and things like that. And then they let you loose. And I had to run all the way down and then run all the way back because I wanted to feel what an Olympian felt like. But you can walk down it. They give you plenty of time. A lot of people like to sit and take pictures of it and everything else. It's just an amazing place. And when you think of how old it is and how long it's been here, it's so great that they have preserved it. So something to know about this, athletes competed completely naked. When you're in the Olympics, they wear competing nude, symbolized purity, equality, and respect for the human form. And the word gymnasium comes from the Greek word gymnos, meaning naked. So now you can tell everybody how you know about gymnasium. So on day 7, you are going to be doing a little bit of traveling. You will actually get up in the morning in Napoleon and have some breakfast. You're going to hop on the Quest Voyager coach and you're going to travel to the Corinth Canal and then onward to Athens. So your day will be a day of travel and relaxing and also, again, some amazing sightseeing. So the Corinth Canal, you will see here is an overview of it. You will actually be down here where my little arrow is, down to here, close to the sea. But there are other crossings. We don't go down the boats. The boats nowadays are built too wide and they will not fit into the canal, but you will be able to see some of the older boats come through. And there is a tourist site where you can go and get some tourist items if you wish. You'll also be able to walk across the bridge. It's quite something to walk across this bridge and look down and look all the way down this way. This canal, the ancient Greeks dreamed it, the Romans tried to build it. The idea of cutting through the Isthmus of Corinth dates back to antiquity. Emperor Nero even began digging the canal in AD 67. He used thousands of slaves, and his project was abandoned after he died. So here is the canal, and of course it's the older boats that are still able to go through there. The reason they built it was so it would save time, but it's not for modern ships. The canal shortens the journey between the Aegean and the Ionian seas by about 185 nautical miles. But it's only 69 feet wide or 21 meters. So it's too narrow for most of the modern cargo vessels. So people here, there's a restaurant here and you're going to stop at this restaurant and they have some of those delicious appetizers. And that you are also going to have a chance to discover and sample ouzo. Now, if you've never had ouzo or if you've had it the American way, a lot of times people just drink it in a shot glass, but the Greeks drink it with water. So they take a sip and then they have the water on the side. And the appetizers that you are served all complement the ouzo. So it's delightful. It's very, very good. And it's a really nice restaurant. So when you leave Corinth Canal, then you will be back on the coach and you are going to come into Athens. And Athens is a city of over 4 million people now. It's a huge city. You will be able to be at the top here at the Parthenon and look out across the city, some great photos. The hotel you'll be staying at will be the Amalia Hotel Athens. It's right downtown. It's easy access to everything, to good restaurants, to shopping, to the buses, to the subways, everything that if you would like to. And Greece is very safe. It's a very, very safe place to come and travel. If for some reason we oversold and you were not able to get into the Amalia Hotel, we have other hotels in the location that are equally as beautiful and take care of you just as well. So again, here are some of the amenities of this beautiful hotel. It has a really pretty garden area. I know we sat and watched the sunset over the Parthenon the last time I was there, and we ate and had dinner and just watched the sunset over the whole of Athens. It was absolutely beautiful. The windows here are double glazed windows, so you don't hear any of the outside noise. They're fully air conditioned or heated depending on the season. They're very elegant. They're very light, very well kept. And the restaurants are great here in this area. Very, very good restaurants. So day 8, after you get up, have breakfast, you will then have a chance to see Athens. And we're going to go to a number of different places. It is a city tour as well as it stops in a lot of places. And you will also have free time in Athens. So this here, what you see, is the stadium where the first Olympic Games of the modern times were held. So those modern time games were held in 1896. And this stadium, it's the only stadium in the world, is built entirely of marble. And again, you will have a chance to walk around and see it. It's amazing. Take photos, things like that. This is the Arch of Hadrian. And again, a beautiful arch. But the arch was not for a defensive gate. It actually was symbolically built because it separates ancient Greek Athens from the new Roman city, Athens, which was built by the Emperor Hadrian. So again, it's a beautiful area here, great shopping, parks, restaurants, all those beautiful things. And again, you're going to have plenty of time to see all of this. And here is the arch again at a closer view. You're also going to be able to see the Temple of Olympian Zeus. And this particular building, it took nearly 700 years to finish it. Construction began in the 6th century BC under Athenian tyrants, but wasn't completed until AD 131. So much history about Greece. Everything is old and then there's new. It's just amazing. And they have preserved everything. It's not like a lot of countries where it's been war-torn and not preserved. Everything here is preserved. And this was finished when the Roman Emperor Hadrian finished it, this beautiful temple. And here's Parliament Square. So on part of the city tour, your bus will, your coach, whichever you'd like to call it, will take you around here and you will see Parliament Square. And in Parliament Square, you may be lucky enough to see changing of the guard. I know they usually try to time it so that you will. And that is quite the ceremony to watch. It really is heartwarming and interesting and very different. Not any different really than the American changing the guard, but different uniforms, different things. Then you'll also tour the academy. Around it, you'll see the grounds. You do not actually get to go through the academy, but the academy was the world's first long-time lasting university. It was founded around 387 BC by Plato. The academy operated for nearly 900 years. It is one of the longest running centers of learning in human history. And again, you're so close to it with your hotel that if you wanted to go back the next day, because you will be still in Athens, you could do something like that if you wanted to do that. And for things like that you can ask your tour director and they will tell you how to get in the entrance into those places, whether you have to purchase tickets. They'll help you. They'll tell you how to get them, where to get them. Sometimes they're able to get them yourselves as well for you. They'll ask who all on the bus wants to go. And if a bunch of you want to go, they may be able to get them for you. They're very, very, the tour directors really want you to enjoy their country and learn a lot. Here, of course, is Plato and Athena statues at the Academy of Athens again. So now Constitution Square, this is it, overlooking it all. And again, you will have an opportunity to learn more about it and the history. This is some of the delicious food that you'll have. Obviously, we all know about Greek salads. They're absolutely to die for in Greece. Also, the different types of food that you can have. As I said before, it's all considered to be Mediterranean and very healthy for you, so you can enjoy and eat as much as you want. Here's the Acropolis, and this is where you will be able to get off the coach and you will be able to go up it and to walk all through this area and take photos and everything else. The Acropolis actually never was just one building. It's a complex. It's not a monument. It's home to the Parthenon, the Ektheon, the Propylae, and the Temple of Athena Nike, and they all serve different religious and civic purposes. So it's really 4 different buildings, and you'll be able to walk through these and see them and take a lot of photos as well. And something about the Parthenon, it was once colorful, contrary to today's white marble look, because it looks very white. The Parthenon was originally painted in vivid red, blues, and golds. And they have found traces of pigment that are still detectable, and they will show you them. It's quite interesting to see them because they are still very prominent colors. And here again, you'll be close up. You'll be able to walk right up to these buildings and touch them and take photos with each other there. Again, this building was absolutely amazing. The sculpture, if you looked at all the sculptures, all the faces looked identical. Everything looked identical, and they're all hand sculptured. And of course, you could see from the Parthenon all across the city of Athens. And then your last night, as you end your trip, will be in Athens again. And again, lots of cobblestone streets, restaurants, shopping. This will be your bus that takes you back to the airport if you choose to go back. And on day 9, you would travel to the United States from Athens, or you will travel to Santorini. So I'm going to go over your first part of your trip so that you know about it. This is Santorini, so we just want you to be envious if you don't go with us to Santorini. Here are some of the things that you will remember and have memories of. Changings of the guard. Greek people are very friendly. They're really nice. They have lots of culture. They're very proud of their country. They are the first democratic country in the world. And you will find that they do have signs all over the place that you might not find in other parts of the world, but they're a democracy and they let people do it. So it's interesting. Again, the food is delicious. You will learn about olive oil farming and what it is, the products, what it takes to have an oil farm. It's hard to say olive oil farm properly too. And it includes these features. This is your main trip. Your air transportation from St. Louis, first class hotel accommodation for 7 nights. That's for your main trip. There are 18 meals included, and that is in the base price that you pay. 7 breakfasts, 6 lunches, and 5 dinners. Now, as I said before, if you do not want to participate in one of the dinners or maybe one of the lunches, you can go on your own and get something or not get anything at all, whatever you prefer. The program itself includes sightseeing, including local guides and all entrance fees as follows. So for the tour of Nafilion, Epidaurus, Mysia, Durus and its caves, Aeropoli, the Corinth Canal, and ancient Athens, the Acropolis and Acropolis Museum. The Acropolis Museum is built over another area that they have just begun to excavate. So the museum has, the entrance to the museum has glass floors that you can look down and watch them excavating this, what they found underneath. It's part of the city underneath. It's really amazing. And then, of course, all the artifacts and everything in the museum itself are amazing. It would probably take you 10 days at least to go through all of it, but you'll get to see some of it. Your journey of discovery that we like to do, it encompasses cultural connections, in-depth learning on the local economy and social systems. You will have someone come in on one of your days and talk to you about what it's like to be a Greek and live in Greece. Do they get do they have social security? Do they work past 65? What are their universities like? What grades do the kids finish school in? All the different things that make up a country. And you'll have interaction with the locals as well. And Greek life is presented to you by a local guest speaker. You'll also go to the olive oil farm and taste the olive oil and learn about the different products they provide. And then there's a sampling of the Greek aperitif ouzo, which, as I said, is delicious. It's a little bit like licorice, but tastes very, very good. You'll also have a professional tour director. Those tour directors are with you for the entire length of the trip. And should you have any questions or concerns, they are the people to talk to because they know exactly how to get you help if you need it, or to answer a question that you might have about a place you'd like to visit, different things like that, history or things like that. Our first class motor coaches are available, and it's private first class air conditioned motor coaches. And then baggage handling and transfers, we cover your baggage handling for one piece of checked luggage outside of the airport, which is what it is used nowadays with the airlines as well. So also this includes your tour price right now for your trip before the early bird deadline is $3,999. Now remember, that's including all those meals and everything. It's a really good value. That's double occupancy. The early bird is valid if the program is reserved with a deposit by October 25, 2026. But don't wait, because if you decide you want to go, we have a lot of people that want to go to Greece. And we want you to have the hotels that we've shown you, although the other hotels are every bit as good, but we want you to be comfortable and make a decision and know that you're going. Then after this date of October 25, 2026, the price increases to $4,199 per person. So you are saving $200 by booking before October 25th. And as I said, the Greek trip is a very popular trip, and it's one of our top trips. We always have people going up to Greece. Now, if you're single and you want to go, there are single supplements available. They're limited in availability. So if you don't mind sharing with someone, find someone, email a friend or call a relative or somebody and ask them if they can live with you for about 8-9 days, and see if you could do it. I only had one person in 11 years of doing trips that we had to separate them, and then they promised to be good and not fight with each other, but it was only one person, so it worked out really well. Now, if you want to go on and extend your trip to Santorini, it's another 2 days, and I would suggest you do. It's nothing like the rest of Greece, so you'll be seeing something totally different. So Santorini is it was shaped by one of the largest eruptions in human history. It's around 1600 BC. A massive volcanic eruption collapsed the island's center, creating Santorini's dramatic caldera, an event so powerful it reshaped the Aegean and may have inspired Atlantis, the history and the theories of Atlantis. So there you go. This trip, this extra 2 days, will be from March 22nd to March 24th. It covers an inner Greece round trip air from Athens to Santorini. So when you say goodbye to the folks that are going home to the United States on day 7, on day 9, then you will go on to Santorini from the same airport. It includes first class hotel accommodation for 2 nights. There are 2 meals included in this additional cost here. It's 2 breakfasts, but there are many, many restaurants, really good restaurants that you will be able to eat at. And then the program itself, there will be sightseeing, including local guide. This particular person lives there, and all entrance fees for a tour of Santorini, including a wine tasting. You will go to a winery as well. And then the tour directors will be with you the entire length of the tour. They are with you on the bus. They are with you everywhere, other than the meals. And even then, quite often they will come, if you invite them, they'll go with you. And then baggage handling and transfers. So your baggage handling for one piece of checked luggage outside of the airport. And there is an extension. Again, if someone is single and would like to go on this trip, it's $899 per person, double occupancy. And then there's an additional, my mistake here, it's $899 per person for this trip, double occupancy. And then it's $299 for a single supplement. So you add an additional $299 to that $899 if that's what you'd like to do as a single. Sometimes the airline schedules are changed, but if they are, you may be required to stay in Athens an extra night, but you do not pay for that. We take care of that if that happens, so you'd have an extra night to shop and eat in Athens. So here is Santorini. So this would be your day 9. So instead of going back to the United States, you would travel from Athens to Santorini. The day you arrive, usually it's the morning you're leaving and it's relatively early. And then you will find it's only a few hours flight to Santorini. And then you will have the afternoon to settle into your hotel and relax, grab a bite to eat if that's something you like to do. As I said, there are restaurants everywhere close by. Then day 10 is you'll have an island tour, and your coach will take you completely around the island to all of the little cities and towns and spots for you to see. It will take you to the highest point, which is 1,856 feet high. It is the monastery of Prophetess Elias, and they still run that monastery. The nuns do. There are still nuns there. On a clear day, you can actually see about 60 miles out to Crete and see that. These villages that are here on this island, they were built to protect against pirates. So you will find that there's lots of little cobblestone narrow streets. They have donkeys there, and they use them to transport things and build things. There's all sorts of interesting things about Santorini. It's like a fortress. Also, then you'll go on after you've had the tour. You will, and this is some of the things, you'll be able to walk right down these streets. We walk down, you'll have plenty of time for shopping. All these little places, a lot of them have shops in them. This is the highest point, and this is where the monastery is. Again, your bus takes you up there, or if you want to walk, they'll let you off at the bottom and you can walk up. This is the winery that you will go into, and I think I missed something here. No, the winery. This is it's an underground winery, okay? It's the only one of its kind in Greece. The grapes are grown differently on this island in comparing other places. So if you are used to how we grow grapes in the United States, this is entirely different type of growing of grapes. They still produce the same good wines. This is more of Santorini. This is Oya and the beaches. You'll be right down to the beach also. These are blue towers. They are, many of them are churches, but also many are private homes that have blue towers. This here are some of the shopping areas. Again, you need good walking shoes because they are cobblestone and things, but I know I bought a little watercolor here, a beautiful watercolor here, painting. There's paintings, there's crafts, there's hats, there's t-shirts, there's all kinds of things. I bought a beautiful t-shirt that said, I love Santorini. I think I've worn it out. And of course, Bougainvillea and being able to see, and here you can see the restaurants down here as well. And many caves were once homes for sea captains here. The famous cave dwellings carved in the cliffs were originally practical homes for wealthy ship captains in the 18th and 19th centuries, and they were designed to stay cool in summer and warm in winter. And as I said, you can see here's a restaurant overlooking the sea. Again, more. These blue domes, they're not all churches. Many blue domes belong to private chapels or former chapels, and they reflect how deeply faith was woven into everyday village life. Sunsets, absolutely magnificent. They will take you up to the top of Santorini, and you will be able to walk around and take pictures of the sunset. They time it perfectly. Right before the sun's setting, you'll be able to get up there and get ready to take photos. And then day 11, you will be going back to Athens from Santorini. So here are the requirements for U.S. citizens, and many of you know, as travelers already, that you need a valid passport. It must be 6 months required beyond your planned date of departure. I always tell people it's better that it's good for 6 months for the day you actually come back into the United States, because if for some reason it expires, you're without a country. So better you have it that it lasts until you get right into the United States on good old American soil. A blank passport pages, they need 2 pages are required for entry stamp. So you definitely have to have 2 blank pages. Now, we do not yet have a tourist visa that could be required. This tourist visa is similar to the tourist visa that the United States has for anybody coming into the United States from any other country. But this tourist visa, if it happens, we will tell you ahead of time. Normally, it's not hard. It's an application, and it's very easy. It's just like filling out for a passport. If the application takes longer decisions to be made, because normally decisions are made immediately or within 4 days or up to maybe 14 days, then they may ask you to provide additional documentation. But normally it's a very quick online system. This has been talked about and somewhat planned for years, but they still have not been able to put it all together because there are so many countries in Europe that are part of it. So at this point, there is no tourist visa required. And should it be required, we will let you know in plenty of time and be able to help you if anybody has questions on how to fill it out. The cost for this, should it happen this year, is about $12 US, or euros is $10. So please note here it says the ETIAS is currently not in operation and no applications are being collected and processed. They do have a website, you can look at it, but again, nothing's happening with it. So here's how you reserve. Here's your Best of Greece and an Aegean Odyssey. Here's the St. Charles Regional Chamber. Here are your dates, March the 14th to the 22nd of 2027. Here is your early bird price, $3,999. You are going to have included your air and land, 9 days, 8 nights, including hotels, meals, day trips, and airfare from St. Louis. If you have friends though or family that are from another city, we can do it for them. There usually is about $150 additional cost if they're coming from another city or another state. But we would tell them ahead of time before anything was finalized so that they would know what they were paying. Your early bird deadline, as it says here, is October 25, 2026. It's not that far away when you think about it. We're already in April, so don't wait. Make sure you do register. Here's where you register. Here, you just click on this and it will take you into the online registration form. There's a QR code also if you'd like to use it. And you have Wendy also that you can contact, and here's all her contact information. We can also do another presentation. Should you decide, there's some things, and I know Wendy's recording this, but if you would like another presentation, I'd be happy to do it. So we always suggest you buy travel insurance. It's crazy not to, I'm just going to say it that way. It's important to protect your investment with optional travel insurance. When you think about it, if you're paying $4,000 to go on a trip, and something happens, then you want to make sure that you get a good portion of your money back. So insurance is worthwhile. You can go here on this website here, and it will tell you exactly what the terms and conditions for travel protection are. So if you have questions, that's the place to go. This particular insurance covers this, and listen carefully. It covers trip cancellation due to accident, sickness, or death of you or your immediate family. Okay, no other reason. It covers trip interruption, missed air or cruise connections, baggage and personal effects, baggage delay, emergency medical and dental, accidental death and dismemberment, pre-existing condition waiver, cancel for any reason, and 24/7 worldwide assistance, okay? So this is where you find out more information. When you are registering online, the cost is right there. It asks you if you want insurance. You say yes, it will tell you the cost. There are no surprises. This is a really simple and easy registration form to go through. Now, there is an optional insurance. So this one, remember, is due to accident, sickness, or death of you or immediate family. Here, the cancel for any reason insurance covers cancel for any reason. Say you get up one morning, you decide you don't want to go. That's it. You have to send an email in to Wendy, which she forwards directly to us, and the process starts right away to cancel your trip. This cancel for any reason, you pay for the policy at the initial reservation, and you need to cancel at least 48 hours or more before departure. Okay. Now, this cancel for any reason plan, you have coverage of the basic standard policy, the basics, but it also allows you to cancel for any reason whatsoever and receive reimbursement up to 75% of your penalty amount. So we suggest you purchase this cancel for any reason. The other one is still a good one, but remember it is due to accident, sickness, or death of you or your immediate family. So it's not quite as good. So I hope you will consider joining the St. Charles Regional Chamber of Commerce and come with us to Greece in 2027. Who has questions?
On your optional excursions to Sparta and Olympia, is there an extra cost for those?
They should show it on your brochure. Yes, there is. They're not much. They're about 100. I'm just trying to see here. They're not really expensive. It's around 150, something like that, $100, somewhere around there.
Looking for you, Teresa.
Yeah, I'm looking in mine as well to see where it is.
Moved the screens around and now I don't know what he did. So I'm looking for your face.
I'll send it to you. I'll just email it to you right away.
Okay. You're
I
down.
know, I think they're, like I said, I think they're around $159, so right around that area. But I'll check and I'll send it to you. Any other questions, anybody?
Yes, how long does it take to travel from Napoleon to Olympia?
It's not a long trip. You're going to it's usually a couple hours. We stop on the way, so you don't have to sit on the bus the whole time or anything like that. We'll stop every hour and a half, every 2 hours, and we stop at a local. Quite often, it's a local restaurant or it's a place where you can get sodas, water, different things like that, snacks. Get out, stretch your feet, everything else. So it's not a long drive. No, none of them are. We make sure we stop.
On the trip insurance, for the first one, the accident, sickness, and death, how much do you get back? Obviously not the trip insurance, but you mentioned 75% on
Yeah,
the,
it depends on when you would cancel. And if you go to that where we had it, let me go back one here. Here, this disclosure and coverage terms and conditions of travel plan. Visit that email or that link. You will find that tells you exactly what's going there. Also, if you have specific questions about it, you can email Wendy and she can email me and I'll get the answers for you on a specific.
do you have recommendations on the amounts for tips and gratuities?
Um, that's something that we go through on that pre-trip presentation, which is done between 30 and 45 days, 45 to 30 days before you depart. We'll go over that. Normally in Greece, it's about 10, no more than 15%. But again, we go through that for you. We'll go through all of that thoroughly.
What kind of reservation, not reservation, how many people do you accept on a tour?
We like to have your group, so we want you all to be together. It depends on how many Wendy gets, but one bus usually holds up to 52, 54 people, and so you take two away for a bus driver and the tour director, so it could hold up to that. But and we make sure that people are comfortable. They're very comfortable. You can stretch back in them, rest. You can put your drinks in them and things like that as well. And if you shop, you've got places to put everything above you, so it's comfortable. You're not stuck with the small seats, and they've got rests on the feet as well, where you can raise them up so your legs won't be hanging down. Normally around 40 people on a bus, maybe, but could be two buses instead. Just depends on all of you and how many you all want to go with Wendy or with Scott, whoever's going.
Do the motor coaches have I know some have extra legroom. Do these?
Yeah, these have good leg room. Yes.
The dinners that are included on like day 2, 3, 4, and 5 and 6,
Mm-hmm.
stay at the hotel or are they in a restaurant or what are they?
It depends. Some of them will be obviously if we're out, like out of town, out of Nephilion, it'll be at a local restaurant that they have, contract with, and the food's always delicious. I never run into any food in Greece that wasn't delicious. A lot of them are at the hotels, but they also have them at some of the local restaurants. We try and make sure that not only the hotel, but the local people benefit from it. So there'll be some that will be out. And you'll get more of that information also on your pre-trip departure. You'll know a little bit more about what restaurants will be or what meals will be in the hotel, and then where the other restaurants will be as well.
Is the hotel in Napolini, is it in city center or it looked like it was a little bit outside of city center? Just wondering.
It's within walking distance for everything.
Okay.
So what type of credit cards are accepted in Greece?
They take MasterCard, Visa, American Express. They don't take any of the others. You could also do if you have a bank and it's not a standard bank, it might be a credit union or something. As long as you have a Visa, MasterCard, or American Express, you'll be fine. And Visa, you can get cash very easily in Greece. They have lots of ATMs around. They charge about the same as what we do if you get cash here in the United States at an ATM. So depending now on the rates, it's usually between $3 and $4 if you take money out that way, cash that way, and it's euro dollars that you would get.
Do they accept US dollars?
Some places do, and the smaller places don't, but some of the larger places do. Yes. I usually get euro dollars. I usually bring some American money with me. And again, we'll go over that when it gets close to the trip itself. But I usually take some American money, and then I always get euros from an ATM. And I use my Visa and my MasterCard because I can travel internationally and not be charged for the exchange. So I use my card more than I use anything. And cards are accepted pretty much anywhere except in really tiny villages or very small shops.
We found Will we pay for public restrooms?
Sorry, I didn't hear you.
Pay for public restrooms?
Public restrooms, again, will stop on, and that's one thing the buses do is they do stop at where there are public restrooms. Sometimes some of them charge $1. So again, that's good to have euros for that. And again, quite often your tour directors will have your extra euros for that. If you ask them, they'll exchange American money for the euros that you want as well. But yes, they are public ones, and we stop on the bus trips always. We make sure we'll stop for you. When you're on the buses, you're with your travel director. It's sort of like a family, really, because if somebody really wants to stop somewhere and a bunch of you want to stop somewhere and say, can we stop? If they've got the time, they're able to, they'll stop for you for extra things. So.
How many hours a day are you on a bus?
Not straight all the time. So you might be on a bus, get up in the morning, you might leave about 8 or 9 in the morning, and your tour director will tell you the day before, every day, what time you need to get up so that you could plan to have a good breakfast at the hotel and then get on the bus. They will tell you, usually you travel an hour and a half to 2 hours, and then you will stop and you will have an hour or even 2 hours at a location where you can walk around, take pictures, listen to the tour directors, learn more about the country. Then you'll get back on the bus and they'll take you to the next destination, and you will probably tour it, and then you'll have lunch at a restaurant and again have a chance to go shopping and doing things. And then you'll have another third part of the day for another shorter trip, and then you'll head back home. So it's broken up very nicely so that everybody gets plenty of exercise as well.
How long is the flight from St. Louis to Athens?
It's overnight. I don't know where your connecting point will be yet. That's something we will find out when we get your schedules, which is, as I said, 45 to 30 days before your trip departure. We'll know for sure which, if there is a destination that you're going out of. You may go St. Louis to Chicago. You may be St. Louis all the way to Europe. We don't know until that time period. So, but it is an overnight flight, and they will feed you and they will give you pillows and blankets, and the airlines are there's a little more room in them on the flights that are overseas than you find on your local domestic airlines. So they're relatively comfortable, and they let you get up and walk around and things like that.
Right, I know. Will there be a chance to upgrade a flight? If you'd like to upgrade a flight?
Yeah, you can. If you choose to do that, when you register, it will ask you if you want a different type of flight, and you can put in right there and say yes, and you want to upgrade. That information, and you fill out the rest of your form, everything, that information will go into our operations division, and you will receive back from them a cost as to what it costs. Right now, it is expensive. It's around, from what I have been told, around $8,000 or $9,000 per person right now to upgrade. So it's very expensive right now. It will come down. Things are weird right now with the oil and everything else going on, so it will change. But we won't charge you anything until you have confirmed yes, you want to spend the money. So don't worry. No one's going to say, oh, you registered and you said you wanted to upgrade, and you're going to have to pay this price. That won't happen. So not to worry.
So if you decide that you want to do the trip, but you're undecided about the extension, can you always add the extension later?
You can add it. They prefer you obviously to book it early because again, it makes it simpler for us to get your hotel rooms and everything else, but you can. Each trip is a little different. So if that's a decision you want to do, I could find out. I'll find out what the date is. There will be a date of some sorts that says we need it by this date. So I'll find that out and let Wendy know.
Hey, Carissa, it also changes the price of your insurance too, correct? Because
Yeah, Yeah. If you're booking a trip and you're booking it for 9 days, 9 days, 8 nights, or if you're booking it for 10 days, 11 nights, or whatever, then yeah, it will change the insurance cost. But again, it's right there, and you can add that to it, and I'll get that date for you because I'm sure quite a few people probably will want to do that.
But even if you do it by the current deadline, the 25th, you'd still be okay.
Yeah, you should be. You should be. But again, I'm going to check. I'll make sure I have a date for you tomorrow.
Recently in Europe, we found that we got euros, but most places would only accept credit cards because they didn't want the cash. So
Yeah, it's getting like that in the States too. So it just happens to be the way the world's changing. As I said, I always made sure I have a card that doesn't charge me for exchange, and it's great. And I use Visa and MasterCard. I didn't even worry about American Express. Pretty much everybody takes Visa or MasterCard.
If you decide on the extension, like to do your own extension, and you're gonna stay a little longer in Athens afterwards, and even though you're gonna have your flights, can you extend your flight date to come
Yes.
back a different day?
Yes, but we have to know that. So make sure you know that when you're making a registration that you want to do that. It will ask you again. This is a really simple system. I'm not great on computers, and let me tell you, I can do this and it's easy. It will ask you, do you want to add additional days? And you say yes, and you give them the dates you want to come back. And yes, then we can make sure that you come back without having to pay any extra costs for the flight part. You will obviously pay extra for your hotel and anything else that food, meals, that type of thing. But we can get you back with the airline.
what's the weather like in March in Greece?
Well, it's kind of like here in Texas, you never know. What we do is we always suggest you look at the weather apps, and about when we have that pre-trip registration or that pre-trip presentation, we will look again at it. I usually look about 10 days before my trip, and I check carefully, and then I check about a week before, and usually by then you have a pretty good idea of what it's going to be like. It never gets really cold in Greece, so the weather is usually pretty nice. But I mean, look at the United States right now. We have weather we never thought we'd ever see in March and April, and who knows. So it's better to check online, and you'll see what happens 10 days ahead usually.
This week it's 56 and 7 right now in Greece.
Are there any other questions?
Size of the beds in the hotel.
He's a big guy.
They are the standard. You have doubles, you have twins, and you have singles. So there are some rooms that allow triple, which means if there were 3 of you who wanted to share a room, I would suggest you get 2 twin beds and a single, which is usually a rollaway cot. The double beds are like a regular size bed in the United States. It is not a queen size bed. So if you are a person that needs a little extra room, I would say get the twin beds. They let you put them together a lot of times if you want to, or they have them separate, but you'd be better off with the twin bed.
So the double is a full size?
Yeah.
Are there bathrooms in each of the rooms?
Yes.
Are the rooms pretty good size?
They're little, actually, the hotel we showed you, yes, they are, they're close to American size. But remember, you're in Europe, and hotels are a little different in Europe than they are here in the United States. So they may be a bit smaller, but they're not uncomfortable. In Greece, there's lots of windows and, doors and things like that that make it very nice.
Is there ever a concern when visiting Santorini that a cruise ship will be there at the same time unloading lots of people?
We try to stay away from that. That's why we do trips in the spring or in the fall. We don't do summertime trips. And so your trip is in March. You should be fine. It's a beautiful island and a lot of people go to it, but they accommodate everyone quite nicely.
Should be information that she's gonna find. Did he contact you?
Yeah, or I can send it out. Yeah, I don't have everybody's email, but yeah, if you guys want to email me tomorrow on the information that Teresa's gonna, yeah.
So I might have missed this, but is there a deposit fee or you pay in full upfront?
No, there's,
Your deposit fee is $800 per person, and that holds your seat for you. You can pay onward in small payments or large payments. There is a final date. It says on your registration form when also it will tell you when your final date is due for payment, the final day. The final day is 131 days before your departure date. So you're going March 14th, so it will be 131 days ahead of that will be your final payment date. So you can pay as you can. And especially now, if you register early, you really have quite a bit of time to be able to do that.
usually it's your deposit. You would pay for your extension if you're gonna extend your trip to Santorini. You would pay for any optional tours. So if you wanted to do the trip to Sparta or whatever the other place
Yeah,
were,
Mycia, right?
you would pay for all of that up front, and then the balance would be due at the 131 days.
Yeah, and you will receive invoices, so make sure everybody's email address is current, that you're going to take a look at it. It's not something you rarely look at. You want to be able to see it. You'll see you'll see an email from Quest Voyager, and you can also, Wendy will have access to who registers and who doesn't. And if you have questions, you can always check with her or with myself as well. I'll help you with anything, so.
And we'll have a pre-departure meeting, usually like 3 to 4 weeks prior
Right.
to departure.
And we'll let everybody know. We'll let everyone know.
Yeah, and so we'll all meet back here 3 to 4 weeks prior to departure, and you'll get like a luggage strap from us for your luggage. You'll get all of your, I don't know how you guys do it. Do you send it to their house or send it to me?
Quite often it's sent to you, but again, whichever's the easiest, we'll negotiate with you on what's the best way to do it. And yes, it'll be a luggage, probably 2 luggage tags. It will also have your e-tickets. You'll get those ahead of time, even before you meet. We will go over everything, and we will send you a copy of it by email as well, or if someone doesn't have an email, it'll be easy enough to print out, Wendy. Once in a while we run into that. It will cover everything that you should know about this trip, and right up to the day of travel. And we're available all the time. That is one thing. Quest Voyager is available 24/7. We are one of the few companies that are like that. But if somebody sprains an ankle or has an emergency in the middle of the night, we are available. So that's, I think, one of the main things about this company that's special.
Your packet that you'll get when you come 30 days, 3 or 4 weeks ahead of time, it'll have like the name of the hotel, the address, the phone numbers, the website, so that you can either make a copy of that or leave that piece with a family member that's here. Like it has all the days, every day, where you'll be, what you'll be doing, so that anybody that's at home, they know where you're at. So Did
Yeah,
I?
we'll give you information. There's always hair dryers in the hotels. Don't bring curling irons unless you have one that's an international one. But we'll go through all of that, so that you know you will need chargers for your cell phones. You will need to call your cell phone company and tell them that you're going to Greece. And if you want to use your cell phone, you will need to pay a fee with your phone company to be able to do that. But all that information will be taken care of and gone over piece by piece, 30 to 45 days before your trip.
Okay. Are there any other questions? Nope. Okay.
No. Okay. Thank you. Thank you, everybody, for coming. I hope you come with us. Thanks, Wendy and Scott. Thank you so much.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Huh?